Democrats are currently in a full-blown freakout over Biden's electoral chances. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and today it is time to talk about the 2024 presidential election because it appears that Democrats are starting to panic over Biden's electoral chances. Yeah, that's right. Remember when everyone was saying that the Biden campaign was so confident and that's proof that he's actually going to win? Yeah, I remember that well. I've been hearing that for months, that just because the Biden campaign is so confident, that's proof he's going to win, which, by the way, that doesn't really matter. If they're deluding themselves into thinking they're going to win, is that really a sign of confidence? I don't think so, but either way, it appears that some Democrats have finally woken up and realized, hey, wait a minute, Biden's campaign is in deep trouble. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated, and yeah. Now, let us get into it. A pervasive sense of fear has settled in at the highest levels of the Democratic Party over Biden's re-election prospects, even among office holders and strategists who had previously expressed confidence about the coming battle with Donald Trump. Yeah. It appears that it's not just, one person saying, well, this campaign is screwed, we have no chance at winning. No. It appears that the people in the highest levels of the Democrat Party and office holders that publicly have been saying for months that, oh, Biden's going to win re-election easily, there's no chance he loses. Well, now, it appears they are actually saying the complete opposite now. All year, Democrats have been on a joyless and exhausting grind through the 2024 election, but now, nearly 5 months from the election, anxiety has morphed into palpable trepidation, according to more than a dozen party leaders and operatives, and the gap between what Democrats will say on TV or in print and what they'll text their friends has only grown as worries have surged about Biden's prospects. Yeah. This isn't just one person. This is over a dozen people going to Politico and saying, yeah, we have a big problem here. We're starting to worry that Biden has no pathway to re-election. This isn't good. A campaign that's so confident doesn't go to Politico or NBC News or whoever and says this. You don't want to be the guy who's on record saying we're doomed or the campaign's bad or Biden's making mistakes. Nobody wants to be that guy, said a Democrat operative in close touch with the White House. But Biden's stubbornly poor polling the stakes of the election are creating the freakout, he said. So it sounds like the campaign, they don't want to admit to Biden or the higher levels of the actual campaign that, yeah, we're screwed. As of now, we don't have a pathway. Apparently, it just sounds like it's a bunch of yes men saying, oh, actually, no, Biden, you're going to win. You're going to win re-election easily. There's no way you lose. But actually, in private, when they're not talking to him, it sounds like everyone's saying, ah, crap. We're probably screwed. This isn't, oh my God, Mitt Romney might become president. It's, oh my God, the democracy might end. Really? Democracy might end. No, it won't. I cannot believe that Democrats, even in private, despite having no reason to say it, they actually believe that if Trump wins, this is the end of democracy. Really? That's your plan? That's what you believe in? Unbelievable. But the fact the campaign, it seems like they actually believe what they're saying about how Trump is going to end democracy. That's kind of scary. Despite everything, Trump is running ahead of Biden in most battleground states. He raised far more money in April, and the landscape may only become worse for Democrats, with Trump's hush money trial concluding and another, this one involving the president's son, set to begin in Delaware. While he's long-legged Biden in cash on hand, Trump's fundraising outpaced the president's by $25 million last month and included a record-setting haul of $50.5 million from an event in Palm Beach, Florida. And remember when everyone was saying that the campaign was never going to raise money and Biden's campaign was always going to outraise Trump's by like 2-to-1 margins? Remember that? Yeah. Last month completely destroyed that narrative. The fact that Trump outraised Biden by $25 million, despite him being outraised the entire year, should tell you that this campaign has problems. One advisor to major Democratic Party donors has provided a running list that has been shared with funders of nearly 24 reasons why Biden could lose, ranging from immigration and high inflation to the president's age, the unpopularity of Vice President Kamala Harris, and the presence of third-party candidates like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Yeah, now you have big donors asking advisors, hey, what's going on here? Is there really a chance for Biden? And they have 24 reasons for why he could lose. Yeah. This is not a confident campaign. Not at all. This is quite the opposite. This is a campaign that realizes, as of now, they're cooked. I mean, think about it. They realize issues like immigration and inflation, that's killing Biden's re-election prospects. But they even understand people like Kamala Harris are so unpopular that it's probably going to drag Biden down even further. Donors ask me on an hourly basis about what I think, the advisor said, calling it so much easier to show them, so while they read it, I could pour a drink. The advisor added, the list of why we could win is so small, I don't even need to keep a list on my phone. Yeah. An advisor to the big donors, the people that effectively fund Biden's campaign, he's saying they have no pathway. They have like 1 or 2 reasons for why he could win, and that's it. That is pathetic. That his campaign even realizes they're probably cooked. On the day after news broke that Biden had trailed Trump in fundraising last month, Massachusetts Governor Healey raised the pressure on donors as she introduced the president to a crowd of 300. The cluster fundraising events Biden attended in Boston that day were expected to bring in more than $6 million for his political operation, but Healey said that wasn't good enough. To those of you who opened up your wallets, thank you, said Healey, a Democrat in her first term. We like to open them up a little bit more and find more patriots who believe in this country, who recognize and understand the challenge presented at this time. Laughter ripped through the room, but Healey's voice turned serious. With unusual urgency for Healey, the governor implored the room of high-dollar donors and local Democrat leaders to think long and hard about the stakes of the election. That is not good. That it seems like the big donors, they're not taking this seriously. It sounds like, yeah, sure, we'll give you money in like 5 months or whatever. That's what it sounds like. I'm starting to wonder if these big donors, they're starting to realize that this is a sinking ship. And there's really no reason to spend that much money on it. Like, they're going to, of course, give Biden money and Democrats, but if it's a sinking ship and they realize it, that's probably why they're not taking this, concern seriously, because they know, yeah, he's probably done. There have been few moments in Biden's term as president that haven't been second-guessed, and his aides have made sport of sneering at grim predictions, compiling dossiers of headlines and clips in which the president was underestimated. Biden's campaign aides and allies point to some positive polls, including the battlegrounds, and Trump's comparative lack of campaigning and infrastructure in the key states, including staff organizing programs and advertising. The problem is, Trump is still winning. Just because you're doing 1 point better in some polling compared to 3 months ago, you're still losing everywhere. This campaign, it seems like they kind of understand that they're probably cooked, but they're so delusional about it that they might actually believe there's a pathway here that if we do everything correctly, the stars align. Biden might win in that scenario, but at this point in time, is it even possible? Because we're 5 months away from Election Day. And as of now, there's no signs that this campaign is really going to turn it around. A Biden campaign advisor stressed that the president's team never made any indication that Trump's hush money trial would help or hurt him. Oh, bullcrap. We've been hearing for months that this is the end of Orange Man. We are going to win because he's going to be thrown in jail. They're now gaslighting everyone into thinking they never said that. They did. They were making a big deal about how Trump's be thrown in jail and he can't be president. They were saying that for months. A bunch of Democrats, especially on Twitter, they were saying, it's the end of the Orange Man. He will be in jail within a month or so. Now they're saying, well, actually, we never said that. Instead, the advisor contended that Trump will be forced to defend cutting back abortion rights, attacking democracy, and advancing corporate interests as president. Trump's photo ops and PR stunts may get under the skin of some very serious DC people as compelling campaigning, but they will do nothing to win over voters that will decide this election. Bullcrap. If they're starting to piss you off, a lot of Americans are going to look at that and say, oh, we actually like this. Screw the people in DC. If he's pissing them off, good on him. The work we do every day on the ground and on the airwaves in our battleground states to talk about how President Biden is fighting for the middle class against corporate greed that's keeping prices high and highlight Donald Trump's anti-American campaign for revenge and retribution and abortion bans is a work that will again secure us the White House. Really? This messaging sucks. Because this is all BS and most Americans realize it's bullshit. Just for example, the first part, Biden is fighting for the middle class. No, he's not. To blame corporate greed for inflation is so backwards. It's unbelievable. Yes, some corporations have taken advantage of it. Fine, you can say that. But to cast all the blame of inflation on corporations is not going to work. But either way, people are still going to blame you. You're the president. You should solve the inflation crisis. Because even if Americans believe that big corporations or the Fed are part of the reason for inflation, which they might, a large chunk probably do, they're still going to blame the president the most. How can you really think that the American people are going to blame the corporations but not you? They're going to blame the president if the economy sucks, which it does. They're not going to blame one corporation but leave the entire government, scot-free of criticism. That never works. That never happens. As for the second part, Trump's anti-American campaign. They have been saying this for years. And as of now, it hasn't worked. The fact they've been saying this for 8 years about how Trump's going to burn the Constitution and end the Republic. Remember that? Well, guess what? He was president for 4 years. He was. And he never did any of that. And people are realizing, hey, wait a minute. The Orange Man is not actually that bad. He's not going to turn America into a dictatorship. This messaging is just awful. And the abortion stuff? Really? He said the issue's up to the states. He's not going to sign an abortion ban if it somehow passed, which it won't. He flat out said it is left to the states. If they want to pass an abortion ban, let them. If they don't, we may disagree with it, but as of now, let them. I can't believe this is the messaging of the Biden campaign. It's because they have nothing. They have absolutely nothing positive to talk about. Because their administration is so hated that anything they do is unpopular. And that's because everything they have done has not worked. In fact, it's hurt the average American more than helped. Can anyone name one positive thing Biden has done that actually benefits the American people? Name one. You can't. You really can't name anything good he's done. And that's why they have nothing to campaign on. This might be the first president ever to have nothing to campaign on. Trump had the tax cuts. He had, reduced immigration, all that stuff. Obama at least had Obamacare. It keeps going. Biden has nothing. I can't think of a single thing that he's done as president he can campaign on. Hell, Bush in 2004 had national security as his main issue. It keeps going. He has nothing. Not a single thing that he's done that the American people look at and say, yeah, that's actually good. Either way, folks, this campaign's in deep trouble. The fact they're starting to say, oh yeah, by the way, we have some big problems, we may not win. That's not a good sign. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.